be live in a second. All right. We return. We continue with the Agents of Edgewatch, and we had a significant loss in our party. Kazar, our wizard, oh, my cat is involved today.
Hi,
Fell.
Megan.
Yeah, Megan. The party was dispatched to deal with an emergency at the menagerie in the World's Fair, the animal zoo, and there were a lot of animals that were loose that seemed to have been affected by some tainted water, and to try to rescue, to try to find a missing boy, the party confronted that bastard, which is this Ankrov, Ankeg, and it had this vicious breath weapon that seeped through their flesh, and the party has just just gotten away. They didn't actually defeat it. All
Just
right.
escaped with 80% of their lives.
I don't know. The party defeated Kazar. I mean, right?
He was the real big bad evil guy of the campaign. You guys did it.
Oh no!
You guys were in cahoots.
That was the twist.
So, what are your characters doing?
No, I don't even see my character. So
I can't see my character either.
Do you know?
We should be back up in this room.
I see you all.
I do. Yeah, I don't. Well, let's do this.
And he's gone.
You don't see yourselves?
I don't
No.
see anything other than
I
the
can
three
see
tokens at the bottom.
I can see everything going on in the room.
I can't see my character at all.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, you
my-
know.
Try to
That's right.
refresh.
Yep.
Have you
working
tried
on
that?
it.
That's
Doing it now.
okay.
I bet I broke something.
No, there we go. Now I see it.
Okay, good.
Well, we got one door open. We just need to get the body through here before we do anything else. I can move.
Okay, I can see.
I'm going to move
All right.
Kazar's body over here, if that's all right. I just went ahead and moved them up one.
Okay.
Mine and Kazar's body up one.
All right. You guys had just scrambled to get Karak stable
Mhm.
as well.
We don't really have any healing to make him to revive him.
Right, but we can get
I mean,
everybody out of this room, right?
Well, yeah, we just have to drag him as
Yeah.
well, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess that's what Oren, even though he's not technically here, well, he is here. Oren and I probably dragged Carrick into that other room, back.
Okay.
Okay, so bad news is, Karak, we cannot use battle medicine on you at all, or
Some of the zoo employees are looking in. They're saying, "Did you? You all look. You all look. What happened?
That bastard.
That bastard!" They all say in unison.
Has anyone seen the boy yet? Has anyone seen the boy yet?
They're asking you that, and they have not
What?
seen
So-
the boy either.
Well, so we think he's in with that bastard. We didn't see. Did we see him in there? I don't recall seeing him.
we didn't see him in there at all.
I saw the array of corpses,
I
but
think we saw his feet prints. That's it. Bloody foot.
Yeah, but we didn't see
the blood.
him.
No.
So unless there was some place he could have been hiding in that room, he might not even be in there.
Mm-hmm.
Or He might have been the body. I guess there were several bodies, weren't there? And according to the map, there is a kind of tiny-ish body, so I hope that's not.
But we need. Well, first of all, we need to get Karak up somehow. I don't know how to get him up.
All right, they're saying they're going over to the zookeeper's.
We'll need to get a
wagon, and let me see if the door is locked.
We'll need to get the Edgewatch.
Yeah,
They have
saying,
tranquilizers.
Over here.
They're
Do
hoping
they have like
to,
a tranquilizer?
well, they tell you that Minera's wagon, the veterinarian's wagon, is over here to the south, and also the manager's wagon is just next to it. And let's see, I believe they are able to enter the vet's wagon.
We have that professional.
But the door to the manager's office is locked.
So maybe someone should go with them if it's locked to try and we can unlock and see if there's anything in there that's helpful. Yeah,
Sure.
I guess that'd be Jinku.
Jinku, Koku, and Kazar Koku. So we're at the. I can't go that way for some reason. That was weird. Go down to this wagon down at the south, right? Follow them down there.
Mm-hmm.
Over there.
Yep, I'm trying to do, Oh, I'm sorry. I'm forcing your sight, which is not helping you.
No, it's
forcing
okay.
your
Oh, I
windows
see
to
what.
move.
Oh, that's all right. I was just moving, and he kept getting hung up on the wall. So.
All right.
They tell me to go down here.
Yeah.
Right?
Ray hears there's a locked door and runs to the scene.
I mean, I don't know who else is skilled or has the tools to do it. So
Yeah.
Is that the one for the manager or is it for the vet?
The one that Ray's standing at right now, or
is the manager, right?
No. You're standing at the unlocked veterinarians.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was the manager. Where's the manager at?
Just to the right of that.
What?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
So I guess I could look in the vet's room, and you could look in the manager's.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Right.
So Jenko,
Because Oren is very silent. He's staying back to watch our comrades.
Well, Oren's also
Very silent. He's traumatized.
Yeah.
Oren's also very, very hurt. So, yeah. So we'll go ahead and pick that lock or check it out and see.
Okay, you can go ahead and make a thievery check.
Even if I can.
And while you're doing that, let me tell Jamie what you see. That is successful. And let me see how many successes you need.
I'll be right back, everybody.
Gotta be potion somewhere.
It looks like you need one more success.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Okay, great. And let me describe the veterinarian's wagon.
It's in there.
You see a low, oversized metal operating table. Let me turn down my music here. And it takes up most of the center of this space. There are no windows. There are cabinets and assorted surgical implements, and a few high bookshelves with slim leather-bound volumes lining the walls. There's a fold-down bunk occupying the west wall over a large trunk, and the whole place is spotlessly clean and reeks of strong spirits.
Okay.
Interesting.
Um.
I thought I went to the other one. Okay.
So are there like there's cabinets, right? You said.
Yes.
So I guess what I'm looking for is healing potions or tranquilizers or something.
Mm-hmm.
I guess is there something I recognize in there? Kind of looking through the cabinets and implements and stuff.
Okay, you immediately find that there are some labeled vials. 5 of them say healing. Something says, well,
Are we looking in the same place?
no, I'm talking
No.
to the first person who's searching something.
He's talking to me, Kanku, in the beds spot.
Yeah. There are 3 other vials, and there's a wand and 2 scrolls. You also
Okay.
see that the books on the shelves seem to be focused on the species of animal that you've encountered.
Does there appear to be a book about that bastard?
There, yes, you do find it after a few minutes. And
Does it have any?
mhm.
Yeah, I guess. Does it have any notes about that bastard? Like, what they do to subdue, how they subdue him, or something, or how do they treat him? Something that makes it easy for us to put him down. I guess.
It's a general book about Enkegs, and usually they're pretty hostile and hunting. But there's just a big note on the outside of the book saying "feed frequently." But you see, it does talk about their ecology, their main defenses. You basically can pull up their stat blocks now.
Okay. Okay, that would have been helpful.
Yes. And I'm not going to put them in an actor yet, but yeah, there are 5 minor healing potions, a salve of anti-paralysis, a vial of lesser antidote, a vial of lesser anti-plague, and then 2 scrolls, magical scrolls, and a wand.
Okay.
I'm going to move over to Jenko.
That's gonna be a.
Oh, okay. That's why I was confused. I was like, it seems like it would be in the other. Okay. So what's in here? Besides the surgical table, you said?
This
Or
office
is
is
this-
very cluttered, and its walls and furniture are covered in old bills, annotated maps of inner-scene nations, and books that have illustrations of strange creatures. And there's a narrow fold-out bed against a wall, and a large wooden desk fills the rest of the space.
Is there a chest in here?
No.
That is a barrel lying down.
Is that what it is?
No, I don't know. It's like,
This is a third-party
now.
person doing artwork. I don't know what they did.
I was worried that we got the descriptions flipped, but is there anything in the desk, like
Sure.
anything in here that could be of use to get the other agents up on their feet?
Yeah. So first, you notice there's a thin layer of dust covering everything.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Really? Like, this hasn't been touched in a long time?
Well, maybe like a week.
Well, that's whoa then.
And
Yeah, I'm gonna yell for Kanku to come over here before I touch anything else.
Okay.
So,
Here. So why don't we do this? So you're yelling for me.
yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll step out of the room.
Just
And,
gonna say
What do you?
over here. This place has been locked up and not touched for a week. There's just dust
Okay.
all over the place. It's kind of weird, right?
Okay. That does seem weird. I am going to toss you 2 vials of the healing potions.
Okay, let's go over
That-
there and I'll just take them
Yeah.
from you.
You are just okay. I'm still
Okay.
tossing them to you very
Yeah.
shortly.
let me
and
put them in the
so-
party pool.
Okay.
They're gonna get people back up. What are these things?
Yeah. These are potions for see if we can't help our comrades out, or at least help Carrick get back up. And I'll go take a look at the officers, or not the officers, the manager's room. See if there's anything I see.
Yep. And then I'll run these up there. Okay, so we got 5 in anti-plague lesser. Oh, these might come in handy.
Maybe, yeah.
Nice. All right. We'll just take them on up there.
An unusual object.
Mhm.
What?
That's the wand.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to worry about those right now. I'm going to go do I'm going to keep looking around. Before I leave the vet's room, did I look at everything in the vet's room?
I'm assuming you're going to spend 10 minutes, right, to give a good look at stuff.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
And
Did you mention books and the stuff in the cabinets and implements? I wasn't sure if there was something else.
your
Anything
shrewd
else?
mind and attention to detail helped you find the books for all of the animals you've encountered so far, and also how often they need to be fed, and also they've been relatively healthy. You note there's no signs that any of them have any well, at least until a week ago, any signs of illness.
So it's dusty in here too.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
They're like a journal with entries that are regular.
That's what I was gonna. So is there like clothes and stuff still here or something? Yeah, but that's a very good point.
Yes, it looks like they're
Like
with things that like there's clothing here, and yeah, it does not look like they planned to leave for a long time.
okay. All right. So that's everything. Then I guess I'm done in that room then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess I'll move over into the manager's office and just take another look as well. But I don't know if somebody else needs to do other stuff because I don't know if that takes extra time.
Well, Jenko, you brought back some healing potions.
Yep. I'm going to give at least one of them to Carrick.
Okay. All right,
So-
that's going to be a D8.
I'm going to reduce it by... Oh, sorry. I did it, and you did it at the same time. You want to roll it, Carrick? I'll blame you.
All right. Right, so D8 plus 1. Right, so that's 8 hit points.
Plus one.
Yep.
It is? Oh.
Yep.
I thought it was just a straight D8.
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, it is a straight D8.
Yeah, it's straight.
Oh, it is, so just 7 then.
Yeah, it's a straight D8.
Yeah.
I don't know where the plus 1 came from.
He's alive.
I think you're wounded 2 now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And as this happens, there are Amelia, Germund, and Milos Garvola are arriving. May I ask, Mark, is there some tension in the group that is causing Milos to want to transfer? Or...
Oh, you think she's part of the other group here?
That's what I was thinking. I had said at the end of last session that someone might want to transfer, and I thought, yeah.
And Garamond's sexually
Does
harassing
that
her.
work or no? Should we do something else?
Yeah, no, she can transfer. I was thinking that she was a non-assigned officer who decided today that she's heard of these. The team doesn't have a name, but heard of this particular group, and found them interesting, and it's like, I'm going to join them, and then just wanders off to do that. Yeah,
This
she's
group with
theoretically allowed
Amelia.
to do. No, the other
No.
the group with Khazar, the famous wizard.
Okay.
The
All right.
QK group.
Well, yeah. I mean, because it's
Yeah.
an emergency, you all could have been, dispatched to run here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. And on the way, you had noticed that Amelia was kind of traipsing along, eating cotton candy, and
I'd have to walk and
Garamond
share
was
the
like
candy with her.
looking grumpy.
Yeah, so I'm aware that Garamond always looks grumpy, but Amelia and I are having an excellent time, sort of dancing our way through the city while eating cotton candy, and just having just making a good time of it.
Yep, and she's very interested in. She likes to meet everyone and wants to know more about everybody. So she does so. And you guys arrive.
Well, then I say, I wonder where they are.
There are employees that are saying, "Oh, more Edgewatch! Edgewatch! Come here!" And you see a lake full of like penguin parts
Yeah, that's it.
and
gruesome.
a
Look,
defeated
Amelia.
owlbear. And
We're
Garamond
very
says, "I
excited
told you
about
we shouldn't have stopped to get food." And Amelia
Milos
says,
looks
"How
very
long?"
thoughtful.
Amelia looks worried and says, "What? It only took me a minute. When did this all happen?" Amelia says, "Are there? Where's the other Edgewatch agents?"
Milos shrugs.
Yeah, and they point you to where to the northeast, and they head that way.
Right.
I'm gonna,
I'm holding hands with Amelia.
I want to feed.
You're holding hands. You're already super friends.
I want to feed Orin a potion because he's really hurt. Bad.
Okay.
He's worse now than Karak.
Well, he's not going to be in play. He is having
Okay, then leave him back there.
yeah.
Okay, so
he's
then
going to.
Suspended animation.
what is
He
how
is
bad does
having a
does
hard
Conky
time here.
look?
And I just realized Konku's still we're still worried about the kid, so Konku's not going to spend time investigating. Empty rooms right now.
Yeah,
That's something we
yeah.
can save for later.
You would go to get some healing potions, and they're
then,
saying,
I just went to go find healing.
I'm going to hand Karak another potion. Just
And
give it to
Karak,
him.
Karak is gonna drink another potion.
Yeah, I'll let you deduct it, Ronald.
who's getting healed right now?
Karak again.
Karak
Okay.
did.
Mark
So
is
they'll give us 3 healing potions in the party pool.
okay. What is Amilosh gonna do here, encountering the party, or what happened?
Yeah, I think she's going to see Konku and say to Amelia, or she's going to say to Garamond, she's going to say, "Garamond, look, I found them," and point at the Tengu who was walking there. Yeah.
There's no time for introductions. We've got Ankeg that needs to be dealt with, and a missing child.
Amelia says, "What can we do?"
I was gonna say as soon as Kaku walks near Jinko, he gives him a healing potion. So he's just tossing them out.
Just handing out potions. I turned to Garamond in a whispery voice. I'm like, she's so action oriented, you know?
Yeah.
Garamond says, "It's unprofessional to have relationships on the job."
And then I'll tell Amelia, I'm like, hey, don't go through that door and don't open the door at the far end at all yet.
Okay, so the employees are yelling, "It's that bastard! That bastard!" And Amelia says, "What?"
Yeah.
I look at
that
Garamond
bastard.
and I say, he's not that bad.
Let's,
It is.
What?
But whatever.
He's just as scared as you are.
Oh, I bet Garamond is not that bad of a bunch
What
of
is
a
it?
bastard.
What are we facing? And they say, "That bastard."
and Carrick's struggling to
And
his
she's
feet
looking
now that he's no
confused and
longer
looking
down.
at the party.
Yes. And Jico tells Amelia, don't worry about it yet. We'll tell you in a second.
And since I did see the book about the Onkeg, I can provide what I know. Like there's an Onkeg in there, and it's got whatever the features are of the Onkeg that I was able to glean from the book quickly looking at it.
Okay.
And that's
Are
what
you
the
able-
zookeepers refer to as that bastard.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Jamie, are you able to see the stats? And is there anything you want to tell the party?
So where would I do that at?
Yeah. So just, you don't have to say it right now, but go ahead and take a look at it.
Google it on.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
oh,
actually
you mean
called-
look it up on?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's actually called
Look it up on-
Ankrav.
Yeah. It's not,
yes.
Ankrav.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'll point to Kazar, and I'm like, point to Kazar's misshapen body and say, acid! It's got acid! And I point.
Oh.
That's what happens.
Oh, Amelie says, "Oh no,
Ankra.
I'm a wizard. I'm not able to help with
Oh,
this."
I know. He
All
was
right.
a wizard too. And, never mind. I'm not going to say it.
All right. Here's a few
I
things
just-
I can tell you
just
about
taught
this.
him to. She
Yeah, he
like
was
sits
a wizard
down,
too.
Says, "I just taught him some spells."
They weren't good enough.
Brutal.
She
Milo is going to put her hand on Amelia's shoulder and say,
Kaku's avoiding getting close to me.
I goes in the other room. She says that, yeah, everyone meets Pharasma one day. Wait, yes, Pharasma is how you say that. One day.
Listen up, everyone. We don't have time for any of this.
Day's not that day.
and she says,
At
We've
least
got
for
a kid that's
us.
missing.
"I told him I would save the best spell for last. I hope that wasn't needed in this battle. Maybe I think I caused his death." And she's just putting her head in her hands.
You probably did. Sorry. Let me get out of the way.
Carrick is gonna slap Jenko on the back and just, that's enough problems first.
All right. Amelia strides forward and says,
No, what?
I need to face that bastard."
Okay, now she's being stupid.
Before you
Milo's
go.
going to follow her and say,
Kaku,
she doesn't say anything. She just looks at the ceiling.
I give Kanku a potion of healing.
Garamond's just kind of
I have the
instinctively
potion, don't I?
grabs her arm.
No, well, they're in the party pool. I was just handing them out.
Garamond instinctively grabs her arm and keeps her from going forward.
Oh,
I would
and
recommend
say,
you drink it. Already
He's
deducted
right.
it out of the pool.
The
so-
hallway's too narrow for the three of us.
Yeah, we learned our lesson. Don't go down there two abreast and down that hall. It'll hurt.
There is
This
a
is
set
what
of double
what I
doors on
found
the
out.
other side.
This is what I found out about that bastard. We've already experienced his worst feature, his acid spray. I don't think he'll be doing that again anytime soon. It seems to take him a while to be able to do that. So I think we are at least safe for a little while from another storm of acid. But it can't keep spitting at us. It can spit at us. It can bite. That bite is pretty tough. It can if it gets on your armor, it can chew through your armor. And he appears to be very strong in terms of hardiness. but not necessarily, mentally or super dexterous in many ways. But they do tend to have a very hardy fortitude, if you will.
Will. That's perfect. It's a great word to describe that
Well,
abstract
yeah.
concept.
They know when we're coming. He's not going to be surprised by us. They are able to sense the ground and when people are walking nearby. So I don't think we're going to catch this thing by surprise by any way.
Right, but there is a set of doors on the other side. Perhaps some of us should take it and we try to pincer him.
Wasn't that blocked? Wasn't that other door blocked?
I don't think it opens from the other side.
Yeah, the employees tell you that it's only an exit. It doesn't. There's.
So
It's.
go ahead. Sorry.
Not. Huh. Yeah. It actually. The key to open it from that side was the manager's, who's not here.
That's a good
So could
reason
it be
to go back.
unlocked? Could it be unlocked?
No, it's locked.
No.
I mean,
Can it be unlocked?
thieves' tools? Can it be unlocked by thieves' tools or something, or can we take it off its hinges, or
Yes.
use a
Oh,
crowbar?
that's a yes. Okay, so here's the plan. Kanku, drink a healing potion. We got him. Might as well
Okay.
use him. Because I'm going to drink one,
All right.
and
I'm
then
gonna ask
the
you guys
last
to
one can be
track the
given to
healing
Sarah.
potion number.
We have.
Okay.
We have. I've been deducting them out of the thing, so I will deduct. So
Okay.
now we have 2 left. So, and then you only got 3, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. Man,
What about? Does Amelia or anyone have treat wounds ability, or can anybody be?
Battle medicine retreat.
most of us are
Well,
on a
that-
cooldown right now.
They don't.
Yeah, I'm on cooldown.
Oh yeah, I guess we all are, aren't we?
So then I'm going to drink a healing potion.
Oh, Gehrman insists. He kind of instinctively sees how beat up you are, and he's in his armor is stepping forward. He's prepared to be in the front.
I thought I was going to do something else. So,
Milos is going to say,
so now I'm going to heal 6, which will put me at max.
"Hey, that's
Okay.
good."
And
He's
then
gonna say-
there's 1 healing potion left that we can give to Karak or Kanku. You all figure it out. I don't care
No,
who.
Eric, take
Okay.
it.
All right. So,
Because I'm probably going to be, hopefully not in the very front, but somewhere close to the front.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that D8, and then I'll deduct the thing. Okay, we're out of healing potions.
And Carrick gains another 6. There we go.
We do have a wand that we don't know what it does, so we'll have to figure that out at some point.
Yeah.
But I think
I
we're
think
better.
that I could be wrong, but I think if it's in your spell list, you'll know right away.
Okay.
Do we have anyone that casts spells right now? Except
Yes,
for Orin, maybe.
me, but I don't know if I'll have it. I mean, the best I could have is soothe.
What tradition?
Occult.
Occult?
They have soothe that I know of.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be able to know this one. Hold on.
So out of character, I have a particular tactic that I want to recommend, but that's not how my character would operate. So I'm gonna explain things.
Well, you're gonna swashblade things.
I'm gonna buckle some swashes. I'm thinking.
Wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me. While I'm on the
Yeah.
items, the wand is a wand of command.
Okay.
The
I don't know if I
scroll
know
is
that
a
or not.
scroll of charm, and the second scroll you don't know.
Also, I do know 2 of them. Okay,
Yep. Okay,
I will
Mark.
tell them that.
Oh God. Undo. Will help.
So, what are you doing?
Try to.
It's a magic spell.
It looks like. Are you John Madden? As a
There we
half
go. Yeah,
elf.
that's right.
He's got
Boom.
sparkler.
Okay, so the letter that was supposed to be an A over there, which is, didn't work out very well. Great, it's now an A. That's for Amelia. The Q is for Kanku, and the X's are for melee people.
Okay.
And the question is, can we open these doors? We'd have to open both of them with some sort of remote magical ability like a mage hand, or are they too heavy for that? Or can we tie ropes to the door handles and yank them open and have the enraged Ankh?
That's actually a pretty good idea there. But I got a question real quick.
Yeah.
That way, this might affect your plan. Real quick. We can go open the other door. I can go over there and unlock that door. That'll allow at least somebody hit it from that side, or sneak in and see if the kid's in there and get the hell out. But what Kaku just said concerns me, because if I go there, it's going to know I'm closer to him, right? On that side of the door. So it might draw him down that way. I can still unlock the door. Then you all should have free reign to do what you need to do until you grab his attention.
Yeah, so could you do that? Is try to unlock the door? Well, so we start the combat to trigger this side to at least draw the attention away. And while during the combat, you are unlocking the door, looking to see if you can find the kid. And
yes,
if it comes to it, we can shut, grab the kid and shut the doors if we have to.
Yes, if you let me get in position before you decide to open the door, and then your plan can still work.
You should know that if it's a average, there's different levels of locks, but the cheapest lock requires 2 successful checks, so 2 rounds.
Mm-hmm. Is it take all my actions to pick a lock?
Two actions, yes.
Okay, all right, just make sure.
So it'd take 2 turns before you would ever get through the door.
Unless I pick the first one right now, and then hold off.
So, Mark, how does this affect your thinking?
It seems very risky, but that's up to Jenko's level of heroism. I mean, so out of character, I'm thinking from previous session that we'll probably be able to defeat the Ankeg relatively easily.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
People.
However, we know if you pack your ass in this room, everybody, it might go bad, real bad.
Yeah.
And we'd probably have to open both doors, won't we? We'd have to open both doors.
That's what he just said. Both sets of double door. Yeah. So I recommend I get over here, pick that first. Go ahead and start picking it, and then you all do what you all need to do, and then hopefully by that time I got it picked, and you all have his attention your all's way. Now, if the kid's not in there, I can either start attacking it from behind, or close the door and come on over to you all. It's up to you, however you want to handle it.
Yeah, attacking it by yourself would probably be, even if we're there, would probably be suicidal.
Well, but I can attack it, run. It ain't coming through the door. It's too big.
Wait.
Or I can close the door.
I'm not sure. Isn't the rest of the party, are any of them offering to, like, Garrett is ready to go in its face.
Correct. And that's what I think Miklo's plan was. All I'm trying to do is not pile up everybody between 2 doors.
Yeah, but we're going to stand on the little indicators, right? So not all in the hallway.
Oh, you want to lure it out
but you're going to have to get his attention, which is fine. I think that's great. But I think we could do a couple things at one time. If
you want to go over there and pick a lock, that's fine.
Well, I think that might be a way to at least find the kid, get the kid out, and then we can take care of the thing. Or
here's a
one
thought.
Side or the other. We can get it ping-ponging back between us, then it's even good for us, right?
Well, one thing we could do is, it's big. We only open, let's say we open this top door, but the person that opens it is down here, so it at least kind of minimizes this, but only open one door. And then they spend, so that takes 1 action, open the door, and then they just get the heck back. While the Ankeg is visible to us. It's on. I think it can only spit 30 feet. I have a bow at least that goes longer than that, goes further than that. So one of the things that could happen is we could start plinking away at it from a distance, and unless it like somehow breaks through the door eventually. But at least that'll start luring it out over time, and we could be doing. I don't know. This is just what something I was thinking is that it's a way to start kind of. It can't do much until it gets through these doors. And if we can kind of keep it from doing the doors, but also still be able to do stuff to it while it's at a good distance away, and just kind of doing kind of a guerrilla attack.
I believe creatures can go through spaces half their width.
They can.
Oh, okay.
But they're flat-footed though, right?
Yeah, I'll say they're at a disadvantage, but they have 3 actions. But it's still a momentary advantage for the party.
Can we do the rope and pull open the door?
Be slowed down. The rope to a door idea. Well, let's see. We had doors with latches. It's actually keeping it. See, the problem is, remember you closed the doors and it was kept in despite it trying to break out. So
yeah, so I don't think pulling on a rope is strong enough to open the door if the furious Ankeg can't force it down.
Okay, I'm fast. I'll open the door.
Yeah, they'll need the manipulation of
it's either gonna be me or you.
Yeah. Who's got the best perception that is gonna have the best ability to go first, I guess, compared to the Oncav in encountering in the. So who's going to be the fastest in that regard?
Well, I'm prepared to allow the instigator to be in the front of the initiative, no matter what they're. If everyone's waiting for the instigator.
We can arrange that.
Except, the enemy might.
Might be well fast.
You still want the other door opened up? That's what I'm asking.
I'm neutral about the other door. I can't move Amelia into her designated space.
All right.
Go into your designated space.
What about going through the other door?
That's not her space.
The A. Okay, got it.
Hold on before.
And the thing that was supposed to be an X is for Gearmont.
Kanku, Karak, y'all got an opinion on the other door?
And Kazar's just hidden under a desk somewhere.
He's dead.
He's dead. We're just hiding the body under.
Yeah. Maybe you can use his body as
food.
Yeah, it's like maybe they'll take a turn to sniff it.
We gotta send what's left of his remains and his belongings back to his family.
I can tell you, Kazar would have wanted this.
Yeah, that's right. It was pragmatic.
We were at the Learned Guard together.
All right, so what's your opinion? What's your all's opinion on the other door? I got one neutral. What's the other two?
I don't know if we should be splitting the party at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I think we can take it out pretty quick with all what we have right now.
All right. May I say that Milosh is gonna do a secret stealth check. I assume you don't want to, right? Do you want to attract it to the door or no?
No, I would prefer not to attract it to the door.
So you're gonna do a secret stealth check that I just rolled, and
okay, great.
Okay, and you're now up at the door.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna cast Shield on myself.
Mm-hmm.
With my first action.
Yep.
It's a verbal spell, so I'm pretty sure that the stealth is now out the window.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys hear Milosh shout, "Worthy!" And for the fucking reason. And then she opens this door right in front of her and prepares to, or then proceeds to take the third action, assuming I'm allowed to. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let me figure out what makes
sense
at this point. I think what makes sense is that we roll initiative. However, Milos will be in front of every other party member, no matter what.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and we'll just
Yeah.
see if the Ankeg basically is winning.
Yep. Okay, let me change the mood.
Gonna release some of the tension.
Yes.
Oh, I can use.
Oh,
I can use stealth. Oh yeah, I can because I'm technically
Sorry, I
hiding.
put Kazar on the initiative too soon.
I'm just gonna use stealth there.
He's back. Click the button. Roll. Should I roll stealth as my
No.
Okay.
He's just gonna move you at the top
All right.
anyway.
Milos is may have a heroic first moment.
You gonna move Milo to the top? Milo, there you go. Oh, nobody's done yet.
Okay.
like I said. Dang, nice.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. That bastard. And here comes a mandible. You all see the mandibles bear down on your fellow Edgewatch recruit.
She's a sergeant, so you guys better not let
So
her
no
die.
one rolled higher than that bastard?
No.
That-
People did, but I was having these two first.
I got
You it just missed you. All right, you're able to
Neat.
dodge it at the last moment, and
Yeah, Kanku, you can see that there's like a glowing suit of like
Oh.
armor. Did I die?
jeez. Okay.
Kazar, you're gonna be rolling up another character.
I'm excited. Got another
Character of the
build.
week.
All right.
Can't wait to see what you got next week. Next
it's-
time.
Bots for the week, but
None
it's
of its
hero.
buttons work. I'm mad. Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna 2d8 plus 10. This is really cruel. This
Oh,
stat
that's
block.
terrible. Wow. That's so many
Holy
damage.
crap.
All
Holy
right.
shit!
All right. It's you guys. Okay, your characters in character don't even know she's alive because the mandibles went down over her torso.
I don't even see her. I just hear her
her head
scream.
and torso.
Wait,
Okay.
what's the massive damage death rules?
Double
No.
your max hit points.
Oh shit!
Oh, it was close.
All right.
I wasn't that close.
Okay. Garamond. Well. The whole plan was to he kind of looks in and he says no. He's going to ready an action. Amelia, she
Oh, shit.
has she's gonna delay.
What the hell?
Jinko.
I don't even know what happened because I can't see shit. I just heard her.
Right.
I just heard her
Yeah,
scream. So it's like,
It's a
I'm
giant
looking around
crunch.
like, what
Hold on a
the
second.
hell?
Let me look super quick at my spells.
All right. Well,
Didn't you have a
Maybe-
shield?
Yeah, it only blocks 5 damage, which wouldn't have given me a life.
Going Mark. Okay.
so
Since
I-
I've been ranting about the 1D&D playtest, this is a way to prevent low-level character death by increasing the threshold of massive damage. I don't know if anyone's been
One,
following it, but they were moving monster
two.
crits, and that was their stated
Yeah.
reason.
Okay, so it's 2. I just want to look, see what's going on.
Yes, you see giant mandibles and Milos's legs.
Okay, so technically I can see the big thing, right there.
Yes.
The best thing I can do right now is to throw a throwing knife at it.
Use your
Okay.
magic. No, I don't know.
I would, but I think I can get sneak attack with this, I believe. Correct or not?
Well, it would have to be flat-footed, wouldn't it?
Well, I guess it would. Yeah, you're right. And it already acted.
no,
So
you-
that's, yeah.
Oh, Yeah.
I mean, I was hiding, but it already acted, so
right.
which would have gave me my one feature, but that's
You'd
okay.
have to create a diversion.
That's okay. This will work. Well, I missed.
Or hero point it. Hero point it.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting about it. Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh,
Let's use the
even
hero
though
point
Milos
that I
can't
was supposed
use it
to
right
have.
now, I'm giving a hero point for the plan, the battle plan.
Okay. But I'm going to head and use that hero point to reroll.
Okay.
And how do I reroll it? Let's see.
Right click the result.
Yeah, that's what. Okay. There we go.
You should roll a 20. That'd be a good choice.
It doesn't say use hero point, so. Even though
Do
I
you
know.
not have one? You don't
I know
have one.
We're supposed
I
to
give
have
you
one.
one.
We're
Oh,
supposed to have.
everyone give yourself
We're
a
supposed to
hero
have one.
point. It doesn't automatically do that for you.
Okay.
Okay, I gave you one, Ray.
All right. Thank you. And then reroll using hero point.
Oh,
That's not better. That's worse.
That's okay. Because then my third action is coming over here. So just. That's
okay.
all,
The old hit and run.
that's all. I don't want it. I don't want it to spit on me, and I don't want to die.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to die either. But I mean, right now it's kind of.
I can
Okay.
understand the mixed feelings.
I think I only got 3 more throwing knives left because I got to go pick them up.
All right.
Oh,
Carrot,
I'm
you
done.
running into this?
Amy Steve.
Yeah.
This is gonna be bad.
This is gonna be bad.
But at least you have a hero point that I guess could get you out of it. What did we learn last time? Is save one.
Yep. Always save one. So, I'm thinking that in order to prevent Milos from just being gibbed on the ground, I have to charge in. Gang?
Oh yeah, because it has nothing baiting it right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, you don't have to go all the way in.
That's true. You just gotta get his attention.
I'm going to go over here, and I don't even
Jenko
have to...
did throw a knife, though.
I did.
That is... Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
let me see. Was it a critical failure? Yes, it was. So I'm going to say it didn't distract it sufficiently.
What? My knife
Demoralized.
was it a critical failure? Oh, it
Yeah.
wasn't. Damn, I rolled that bad.
It's not sick 2 anymore, you guys.
Alright, I guess I will try throwing a hatchet at it.
Aha. Draws the hatchet.
Alright.
Mm.
Can I
Okay.
try re-rolling using a hero point?
Yeah.
Save one.
All right. That is not
That
a
is
critical
all-
failure. It goes bonks it on the head, but it's the handle. Bonks it on its mandible.
And for my last action, just to make sure I keep its attention, I'm going to
Wait,
raise
you,
a shield.
you drew your hatchet though, didn't you?
Yep, you're right. Yep, don't get to do that.
Okay. Konku.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
It says you can use the heroic recovery at the start of your turn or when your dying value would increase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that does not mean that you can do it like when you are hit and become dying. And instead that means you can do it.
That
I don't know.
was an initial question I had, and I looked it up, and I saw some people allowing you to prevent death if it would kill you, and if it would kill you. So I've been running it that way.
Okay, and then the side question I have is online it says you return to 0 hit points, and in the core rulebook it says 1 hit point.
It's 0 hit points. That was a misprint.
Okay,
Or
so are
an
you
early
unconscious?
errata.
Is your character still unconscious?
Yes.
Okay, so it's more like a heroic not die and less of a heroic recovery.
Yeah, well, you also, your wounded does not increase, so I don't know.
Which is a big benefit for if you're planning on dying or like going down again later.
Yeah.
Okay, no, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure
Not
we were on
dying
the
is
same.
heroic in Pathfinder.
I see. That's what you think of me. I'm a non-heroic type of player.
Heroic
Okay,
death. You wouldn't call an ability heroic. Non-heroic recovery. Anyway, whatever.
Non-heroic recovery.
Cowardly
Okay.
recovery.
What?
Okay, Kanku.
All right, I will do the recall knowledge as part of my devise a stratagem to see if can't get at least a.
Oh wait, have you not made this a lead yet?
You did.
Did we
Last
did
time.
we make it at the last time or not? I can't
What I
remember.
want to do.
Like, wait,
I thought you did, but
what
I
are
could
these
be wrong.
prompts?
I-
Where are these prompts coming from? It says Kanku's going
Sorry.
to die.
I was going to emote from my character, but I had the wrong character selected.
Oh, I was just
Okay.
like, oh, someone's like, is Foundry doomsaying?
Yeah.
Someone's got a hero deck.
Dave Doom 1.
But I think you use it on the. I think you use it on the kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's
kid.
right.
Let's
That's
just
what I
say
did it
lesson
on.
learned. All right, so you're going to
Okay.
recall knowledge and you don't critically succeed.
Do I succeed at all though? I mean, because I think that still gives me a
Well,
+1 to my attack.
no, you have to critically succeed to get the +1. Am I wrong?
Well, the +1 is for. Is that? Oh yeah, you're right. It's critically. God, I keep messing that up. Okay. All right. So with that, I will go ahead and do the roll. Divide stratagem.
All right. Zoop.
Turbo.
The party has not rolled above 13.
See, I only have one hero point, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah, I should only have one, so probably don't. I'm not going to spend it on this, I think.
Okay.
So I guess what I can do. Or what I can just do is go ahead and do the attack, fail the first one, and then try and do it again using my dex bonus, I guess. So, okay. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and apply it as my first attack, which I imagine misses because it was a 3. And then I'll do a second attack on it using, that's not through the devised stratagem, and see if I can't hit it that way.
Kanku.
Something above a 3.
You got this. You're gonna roll 4.
All right.
Hey, there we go.
That was very good, except it is very preternaturally agile. Zoop. It avoids
Okay.
it. No, bounces off of its carapace. It's very tough carapace.
Okay. And I guess that's the end of my turn.
Okay. Milos. Recovery check.
Yeah,
This
if
is
I fail this, does my character die?
No.
There's no persistent damage.
Is-
Because I'm thinking of using those hero points so I can stand back up. But I guess I'm still unconscious.
Yeah, it would not, you would stay unconscious.
Right, so that doesn't really...
Yeah.
But at least my dying value would not increase further, which could be useful because next turn if I fail my roll, I'll die, right?
Yeah. Alright, Amelia's just delaying. Okay, that bastard scuttles forth. Difficult terrain. Squeezing through the door.
So is
And-
Amelia not doing anything? She didn't do anything this time?
Well, her spells are better up close. She's waiting for it to get
Okay.
out. 25-foot speed. And runs up to Karak. Kerchunk. Big mandibles time.
AC 19.
Alright.
That's what I thought would save me.
Okay, that is a hit.
Sweet Christ, plus 14 is so many.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am mad that these buttons don't work. All right, that is a 15 damage.
That drops me down to 4.
Yes, and that's its
Still
turn.
have your. Oh, you didn't raise your shield, of course. Why would you have raised your shield? You were way far away.
Plus, I didn't have enough actions to do that.
Yeah. It all
Okay.
made sense at the time.
Amelia runs forward and casts and says, "For you, Kazar," and casts color spray. And it will make a will save. And it fails. It's incapacitation, however, so it's actually a success, so it's dazzled for a round. All right.
Which means it's what does Dazzle do?
20% mischance.
Okay.
Everyone's concealed to it. Germund is going to step out and also try to whack it with his club and misses. And he's going to step back. I assume the plan is to draw it out.
That seems to some degree to be sensible. Or at least to force it to move to make attacks. But
Okay, Jenko.
Janko, you're concealed, you can hide, but your microphone is also not in front of your face.
No, it was muted. So thanks. Yeah, because I have one down here.
Multi-microphone man.
That you just answered my question. Actually, thanks. Because I was going to ask a question. So I can actually take the action to hide, right?
You don't have cover. You could.
He's concealed, correct?
Oh, you are correct. You are
Well,
correct.
then I have an in-character point of order, or something your character might actually know. Kanku mentioned that the thing has tremor sense, which means I don't know if it's precise or not.
It's not. It would just make everyone. The best it would get was that it would be someone's hidden to it, so they know you're square.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I can
But that
do
still
this stuff.
makes them flat-footed too.
So I'm going to use the first action to hide.
Oh, that is a secret check.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, go for it.
Okay, and then
I could have just rolled it on to you, I guess.
yeah. What's next? What do you do?
Doesn't it doesn't matter because I'm still going to move to there, and then the only other option I have is to throw another throwing knife. I don't have many of these left.
There's a giant bug on my screen. Okay,
Yeah,
25.
there's a giant. Listen, there's a giant bug on all of our screens right
Yeah,
now.
there
Hold
is.
on.
Oh God, no.
So I rolled a 25, man.
Yeah, that's a hit, though not sneak attack.
Damn it.
Oh, bonk. In one of the gaps of its armor.
Yeah, not much. Damn it.
First damage.
Yeah, but I'm done. I can't move back, so I'm gonna take whatever
All
I
right.
get here.
Karak. I'm gonna post
All
it
right.
in the chat. You'll see my proof.
All right, so I know I'm the tank,
Oh, you're fine.
but I'm wounded too, so I'm just gonna take a swing at it and then retreat.
Mm-hmm.
So, got my battle axe.
There we go. Come on.
All right, that's a
21
hit. Nice swing.
for 11 damage.
There we
Ooh,
go.
Nice.
Not gonna
It's that
is it
fighter
badly injured. Okay.
And then I'm going to retreat.
Run away.
And
Smart.
Was that all 3 of your actions?
Yep, draw the axe, swing with the axe, retreat.
Oh. Okay.
Remember, because he just got up.
That's right. Okay.
My God, someone's calling a meeting today. I cannot attend. Kanku.
Okay. All right.
Weekend. That's not allowed.
All right. Try it again with the. I'm going to do my devise a stratagem with that. Try and get a critical on recall knowledge on the Anke or the whatever Ankrov. Hope for a critical success on that. Probably not because I haven't done it yet. Okay, and then I will go ahead and do the attack when it's not targeted. Fine, be a good roll. Ugh. Just not doing anything.
No.
So bad.
Jeez. And this thing's got acid spit too.
Okay, sorry. I had 4
Okay,
text
so
messages and then you have a third action, right?
well, I've only done one action yet. So I guess what I could do is yeah, I guess I'll just have to take the miss and try and do another roll against it for multiple attack penalty.
Okay. Nope, that's a miss. Okay, Milos.
So if I roll this and I fail, then do I die? And can I spend my hero point at that point?
Yes.
All right, maybe I'll get that 20. I don't know what a 20 does. I got a 19. I don't know what that does.
That is nice. That brings you up to dying 2.
You know what? What happens if I reach dying 0? Like,
You
I just stabilize?
But you're unconscious, I guess.
Right, yeah. So I'm sort of... Okay.
Yeah,
Well, then-
yeah, this is not a, very participatory first battle for Milos. But you
It's
did
memorable,
you
though.
fill a key role, you did.
Slow
All right.
yourself, adventure.
That bastard steps forward, and Gehrman had an attack of opportunity,
This isn't good.
That's a good
but it
choice.
had
Come on.
cover. Ooh, critical hit by Gehrman says...
Jeez, that's going to take it out. Come on. Oh,
All right, 14, and it takes out that bastard. He says, "You bastard!
Oh shit!
Bastard!" All right, that was...
That's one unconscious sound kick.
Yes. All right, well, the heroic
Yeah,
moment
Gehrman
belonged
remembered
to
to
the
hold his
Edgewatch at
punches.
least. But
Oh, we're not really done, are we?
it's unconscious.
That was it.
No,
Campaign
but
over?
so is Milo is dying.
Yeah.
correct?
And
yeah.
everybody has a round to try to do something for Milos. But Gehrman
Well, I've got
runs
battle
in and
medicine.
says,
Yeah.
"Oh, you do? Yeah.
Yeah, we all do. I think, or most of us.
Yeah,
Everybody
everyone has
brings
battle
out
medicine.
their bloody medicine tools."
They're going to pull Lincoln on me and kill me with the infection.
I don't know. Kanku's probably. I think Kanku's got the better roll. Maybe.
Do I? I
I
might.
don't.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't think I necessarily do. Not yet, at least. Not until level 2. I think I only have a +4.
So as you run over to Milos, you see this, that glowing suit of armor that was covering her earlier, Kanku. It's, kneeling next to her, and it looks up at you as you approach.
The
it's
armor?
very
armor
translucent.
is doing.
Yeah, it's like a ghosty armor thing.
Mhm.
It's a ghosty suit of armor that looks at you. And if you feel like inciting, you succeed.
I am.
Great, you're very insightful.
I do want to know what this is.
It's gazing at you imploringly, as if to ask for your help.
Intriguing. So I'll go ahead and do the treat wounds on. But the way I've been rolling, oof. See how that.
Yeah, can you
turns
devise
out.
a stratagem about how not to kill me?
Well, we'll see. You still got that hero point ready to go, just in case.
Use that risk.
Or I do, at least. I guess I do too.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's a critical failure.
Well, that's the
I
wrong.
can. I'll hero point it.
Oh, it's the wrong bonus.
Yeah,
so
that's the wrong bonus.
okay.
Yeah, he's got her selected, I guess, when he rolled.
Oh, did I? What? Did I mess something up? What did I mess up? Oh yeah, the
You
battle
rolled
bonus.
with-
Yeah, but that counts. So it's a regular failure. Who else can battle medicine?
I can, but I'm not as good as he is. But we'll see.
I don't know if I keep rolling threes.
I'm just rolling shitty
Oh,
too.
no.
So
Is it time for me to make that there?
I can try it, but I've only got a +1 bonus.
But that apparently is not. Well, you're gonna kill me.
That's true.
not really.
We're all relying
Only
on
if he rolls a
that hero
one.
Wait, wait. How do you have battle medicine when you're not trained in medicine?
Oh, sorry. I was just using my native wisdom bonus.
Oh, okay. No. Okay, Milos.
I'm gonna roll a dying saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
We're only dying one, right?
Well, others actually could. Let me see if these other folks. No, yeah, recovery check. Yes.
Okay, I'm rolling a recovery check.
Ah,
rolled a
look at
20.
you.
Oh, nice.
You
Best roll of the
stabilize. Okay. You have defeated that bastard, and the
That had to have been our worst encounter yet.
I was gonna say-
Just in terms of rolling, because I don't think anybody rolled above a 10 until
Hey,
the very end there.
Yeah.
if I
You got
take
one
a step
good
in
hit
here, oh, I can't do that.
Mhm.
If I take a step inside this door, do I see the kid anywhere?
Yeah, that's the other concern. It's the kid.
There is well, this room is lit red glazed lanterns, and to the north there's a large pane of thick crystal walls off an enclosure of glazed tile. The door is made of the same translucent material, and there are half-dissolved humanoid corpses in the observation area, and inside the enclosure there is a small human child whose back is to the door, and you hear some faint crying, sobbing.
I can see him though, right?
Yeah, because there's this translucent door. Yeah,
I'll knock on the door.
he is startled.
I'll wave at him.
Help! Help! He yells.
So is the door unlocked?
You can. It is. Yes, it is locked.
Then I'll pick it. So we don't have
Okay.
keys. So.
It's trapped. Roll a reflex save.
Go ahead and pick it.
I hope not, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna assume that it was on a cage and the kid's in there, so he got in there somehow. And he didn't set up the
He's a
trap,
flurry
but-
of activities, desperately trying to open the door himself. It's kind of
Yeah.
getting in the way. Okay, one success. He looks
This
like
is
he's
gonna
The door-
about 6 or 7.
Oh, motherfucker! Seriously?
You break a pick.
I think I have another one. Hang on, let me check.
Be careful with that door. Apparently, it's casting cloud kill.
Yeah, watch out, man.
I do have a replacement. Okay, so I'm deducted one. I do have replacement ones. Motherfucker. Let's see. God bless. Seriously?
Okay, maybe
Okay,
someone
actually,
should go down
I
to the
see that
office and
the-
look for the key.
The lock was compromised, though. You see that it was partially dissolved by... partially rusted. And so one success is enough.
Oh, nice. Did I break my pick or not?
You did
It was
not.
on the second. It
You
was
did
on the
not.
second roll. Sorry.
Okay. And he's like squirming out. He's like trying to get out. And he looks like he
We'll
is,
open the door and let him out. Get him
yeah.
out.
He just runs out and hugs you.
All right. Well, where's his dad at? Because he was following us the whole time. I'm just gonna walk him
Well,
out.
yeah, the
find his
employees
dad.
had pulled him away.
Okay, that's fine. Get him to
Just
safety.
Step around my unconscious body.
All right, he's coming
Um,
around the corner. He yells,
Don't mind him.
Jarov! And Jarov runs to his dad and starts crying and says, the big bug, I was eating them.
That is exactly how children sound.
I could be mean and point the dead bug out to him, but whatever. So,
Can my character not be unconscious?
no.
And he
I don't think
says,
so.
I'm sorry, I lost you, I ran the wrong way. I'm gonna buy you some cotton candy. And Amelia offers her cotton candy to the kid. Yeah,
So
but the kid's not looking at it, he's just crying.
Ronald,
Yeah.
you said this wand was a wand of command, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we get it identified, or not? I mean, can you make that?
You've identified it. You know it's a wand of.
Oh, right, but it still says unusual object in the party. That's
Yeah.
good.
I'll do that.
And I think I identified one of these scrolls too, right?
Yes.
Forgot what they were. That's why I'm asking.
I think I need to actually rename them. Okay. Yeah. That is what has happened.
Okay, so the wand is command, even though it says magic wand, first level spell. And the scroll is what?
Scroll of
I
Charm.
thought charm.
Okay, all right.
I think I'm gonna spend, since we're in the exploration, I'm gonna do another treat wounds on Milo.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be nice for Milos to be able to participate.
Okay, so try this again. I don't know why. What the heck is going on with the medicine
Yeah, I
roll?
can't do it.
Why does it say I'm untrained for some reason?
Do you have yourself
You
selected?
yourself?
I didn't think.
Yeah, you got to select yourself.
Oh, you have to select yourself.
Because whoever you have to select, that's who
Yeah.
you're rolling for.
That's what it was.
This is
Good call.
one downside of having everyone own everyone else. Uh-oh.
It's a critical failure.
I will hero point that.
Okay. Yeah, you want to have a good first impression, right?
Yeah, it's like, ouch, damn it.
You know,
You killed her!
Okay.
You killed her!
My blood or her blood?
I just don't get what the random number generator today is really messing
it's
with
not.
us.
Yeah, it's not. You know, strangely enough, does anyone have? Oh, all the battle medicines have been used up too.
Yep.
All right, so in this next hour, Milos will,
Rest.
Amelia's just gonna kind of like wave.
Yeah,
We go,
Make her feel
we go,
comfortable.
we go grab this pillow over here to give her.
Oh yeah. For Rusty.
Comfortable.
Yeah, there's
Did
little
you guys drink all the potions, or was one of them still left over?
No, we drank them all.
Nope, they're all gone.
We drank them all. We had 5 potions, and we still ended up with 2 near deaths.
Yeah. And believe it or not, this is the cruelty of level 1. That was a moderate encounter.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, these rolls were pretty substantially low, like
Yeah,
consistently.
They were. It is pretty swingy at level 1. Okay, let me use the bathroom. And actually, yeah, you just had a little more investigating to do in an office, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And an hour for Milos to recover. And whatever else you want to do here.
That hour
I'll be right back.
resets Konku's battle medicine, right? Or treat wounds.
Yeah, and treat wound.
Yeah, mine won't do that until next time. I'll be right back.
I'm going to remain unconscious. In real life, I'm going to go pee. Although I cannot believe that I instantly took 31 damage on literally the first attack. Oh no, the second attack. The first attack missed. I was like, yeah, I did it. And then he critted.
Yeah, his first attack comes. Yeah, we had a good strategy going. Then bite. Well.
Well,
yeah,
it all came down to him getting initiative like immediately. Like I was expecting someone to roll higher than the Ankrov, like somebody, but no. Didn't he do that to us last time? The Ankrov was the highest last time too.
No, I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure I went. I know.
Oh yeah, you went in. That's right. You went in. That's right.
Then it used its acid spray and killed
We were
all
all
of
standing
us.
there like idiots, and it was like, oh, blah. And we all died.
Yeah, a 10-foot corridor. Not fun with breath weapons.
No, that was
Jeez.
bad. Yeah, geez. Well, I mean, at least I didn't die. Although I did get to dying 3 in the first encounter.
You didn't even get to do anything special with your attacks or anything.
I did literally anything.
He opened the door.
I opened a door, I cast shield.
Did you do it in a swashbuckling way?
The door opened.
With a floor.
Throw the door open. Wipe your hair back as you do it.
And right there, the Ankeg bite.
It's like, hi, ow. Yeah, more or less. No, I probably did it in a distracted way, and that's why I didn't go first.
What really made that fight difficult is that we all couldn't roll above like a 6 or a 7 for most of the fight.
I mean, the amount of critical failures that came out of like the treat medicine checks, I think 2 from
Me. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Jeez.
Yeah, but I still have to pee, so I'll be back.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right.
We're still missing 2 people.
Oh, did I miss anything though?
No, we didn't do anything.
Just talked about that notorious bad luck.
Yes. Oh yeah, and Mark said this also, but not included in the YouTube video was how he had spent a hero point against the acid breath, and it became a critical failure. He rolled a 1, which did not help.
Yeah, I think we had more critical failures based all around the Ankeg fight than in the rest of the campaign so far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, we're all here. All right. What is I'll just let you know that you found some supplies in the manager's office, including a letter addressed to his wife, telling her the marriage is over.
Yeah, saw that one coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah.
they ran off together, right? That's what that one. Somebody said that, right? They ran off together. The manager,
said
the
that,
manager,
yes.
and the veterinarian, or something like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so the letter. So we're seeing the letter. Is it finished?
Yeah,
The-
just it was never sent.
Okay, so it wasn't sent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I guess the question is did he actually tell his wife? Did he still go off with her? Or is this a misdirect?
He ran off with the veterinarian.
So,
Well,
does the letter?
Wait, Mark was saying. Were you still saying something, Mark?
Yeah, so the manager guy runs off with the veterinarian, but clearly, like, I think that it was a temporary excursion, and then they've been, kidnapped along with everyone else. Not everyone else, but
yeah, that's
Or-
what I'm thinking too, because there have been people missing already. Is this part of that?
That's a good point.
the state of the office was like not as if someone packed all the worldly possessions in order to abandon their lifelong.
Was there like gold and stuff anywhere in these rooms? I don't know. Did we
Yeah.
find anything other than the potions?
The
Because
manager's
if they left
office
without
had
money,
the manager's office actually had a leather satchel with 55 gold and copper and silver, which is the money that they're making for the menagerie.
Did it
They
have
didn't
that?
take
or-
that.
But it also
Did it
is
have
similar
that?
to the veterinarian's office. You see, a number of changes of clothes, a portable board game.
They
Things that look like
disappeared
impact.
without actually.
it wasn't
taking
supposed to be a
their stuff.
permanent excursion. Is the point here? It doesn't seem like this was. If they did go on an excursion, it wasn't intended to be permanent. Does a week seem reasonable
That
to
is
be a temporary excursion?
Especially
Or
the
during
he's the
employees are
World's
telling
Fair.
you, well, they would leave and come back. They would come back the next day.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They're softening their opinion and are now expressing worry. They initially thought they just abandoned the place, but now they're thinking that, yeah, it would make sense. If they are actually going to leave, they would have told us.
Do they
Oh.
know where they usually go?
No.
Did you say there were like maps in this room? Or
Yeah, of various nations in Inner Sea.
are there any markings on the map or anything? Or is it just a map?
It's just a map.
Okay.
Well, do you all think the wife could have done something, and the letter is not really in his handwriting? And she wrote it. Maybe she found out ahead
I,
of
s-
time.
I suppose it's always possible, but that's
Are there
going to
other documents
require.
there?
But
Or-
I don't know. I don't know if we should confront her about it without any further evidence she has anything to do with it, especially
No.
from you, Jenko.
No, but we could compare this letter handwriting with something in his office that has his handwriting that we know.
That's fair.
Okay, you could, and you see the ledgers, and it does resemble the handwriting.
Okay. All right. So it's not her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. The
Um,
employees are thanking you, and they say they're going to put in a good word with the Edgewatch especially since you've lost somebody, to commend your squad for its readiness to brave danger.
Did we identify the bodies in the Ancrov room? Like,
Yes.
because those are the only bodies we found, right? Of people?
Yes, it looks like they are
Oh, that's a good point.
people who came to see the animals. There's no employees
No.
among them.
Okay.
Hmm.
Do
Right.
I get to be conscious at this
That was a
point?
good idea.
Yes, an hour passes,
We'll just-
and Milos wakes up.
right as I see her
I'm gonna assume
water in
someone's
her
gonna
face.
succeed, okay? Unless you want to roll it.
I know that's pretty far fetched right now.
I'm sorry.
Do you want to see if your bad luck is continuing?
No, I don't want to die.
That's a-
I don't know. I think I'll take the gimme.
All right.
oh, I was gonna say as I see her stir and I feel water in her face. Oh,
Okay. So, yeah. I think that's what you see here.
Okay, then I wake up and say, "Yeah, did we win?"
We did, and I offer a hand to help her up.
none of us died.
This time, I take your hand and stand up. It's a great feeling to be back on my own 2 feet.
I don't think we've been introduced.
Oh, you'd be right. I'm Milos Kavola. Sergeant, as it were. And I hold up a little badge that's around a cord on my neck with the sergeant's badge on it. I'd heard good things about you, but
Or is it bullshit? I say bullshit. Is that a real badge?
Yeah,
Is that a real badge? Should know what a badge looks like.
I don't know what you need to roll to learn if that's a real badge or
I
not.
have no idea.
Some sort of forgery assessment check.
That's his perception.
Good work. So that Milos says that, and says, I've heard you've been doing good work, but looks, well, and then shrugs. Such a tragedy, I suppose. And she sort of turns to wander off into this room. She's
And
not
Amelia's
ignoring
tending.
you, per se. She's just moving while talking.
Amelia
What did you say, Ron?
is tending to Kazara, by the way. You know.
Or he's dead.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, me.
You know, there's things people do.
No poking him, just to be sure.
I don't know if you heard, but what's her name? Miklo?
Amelia.
Milo,
I mean, when someone's a
Milos-
mangled mess, you don't that you care
Milos
for.
brandish a badge, right? And called herself Sergeant.
Mhm.
And I call bullshit. I want to know if that's a real badge.
It is. You can say, Mark.
I mean, is there a check or anything? Or
I don't know how to adjudicate this. Mark, do you want this to be a rolled thing?
I don't think it's necessary. To the best of your knowledge, it's a real sergeant's badge of the Edgewatch.
okay, all right.
Um, Milos is going to wander over to the bodies if they're still here and start to say prayers over each of them.
Hmm. Ask-
Kaku's.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Kaku is wondering, is just observing to kind of see if recognizes their prayer and just kind of observing in general, her actions. So,
There are prayers for safe passage into the afterlife. They're primarily focused on Pharasma, not on any particular, not on any other deity. So specifically, the journey to death, and the shepherding of their spirits to the afterlife properly. And she wanders about and does that with all the different corpses, and then will appear back after, 10 minutes or so out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
And they Why did all these animals, why were they gripped by such a sudden need to be,
Oh yeah,
well, to ruin my dress?
that reminds us.
Something
Go
about
ahead, Jared.
all of the creatures we've discovered that have been driven berserk had this black ichor oozing from their mouths. We believe poison of some kind was administered to them. We're trying to find out more.
Yeah, we did find the tainted water bucket over here somewhere, right? I can't remember exactly where, but I think it was over here. If I
Yeah,
remember.
the cistern over here.
Yeah.
Or was it tainted?
But well, we know the bucket was tainted, but we're not sure if the cistern was tainted. Do you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Well, let's go over there and look at it.
Okay.
At least get a sample.
Yeah, did you guys get a
Bring
sample
back.
last time?
Yeah, we did get the sample because I remember grabbing something in a vial or something.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Um,
All right, and so, Mark, with her being a sergeant, does that give her, like, she's basically is able to, yeah, you tell me what you're thinking that is. What that means.
So I'm thinking that she technically has the authority to give orders, but she's not predisposed to do so.
Mm-hmm. She's also trying to figure out how this group functions, too.
Right, it's a group of new random people who she doesn't know, and, they've been working together for at least several days, so they know something, and that's not her style. She happens to have a sergeant's badge because Papa bought it for her, but that's not... He's not good at this.
She doesn't sound arrogant.
No, she's mostly confused about things.
She might have a tendency to be arrogant. I don't know. It's up to you.
It could be. I think aloof might be a good descriptor.
All right.
We're moving over towards the cistern. She's gonna sort of stop by here and talk to Amelia and Kazar. Well, I guess she'll talk to Kazar. Why not?
And Amelia's, chattering with Milos about how he, what made him the wizard, everything she had found out about him. She seems very, she considered him a friend.
Well, she says a prayer for him and says, well, make sure the book, I guess, gets back to his family.
All right. Well, we just had him. We should probably report back to the Edgewatch since this was our assignment and now it's over.
True. Still don't know what this water is, but
Let's check out the water real quick, see if there's any.
I want to talk to somebody about if they've seen anybody or anyone they don't recognize that's been around.
How do you do the fancy?
Especially that area.
They say that they look at each other and they're saying no, they don't know. Today was just like every other day. And they also say that the feeding of the animals actually usually starts before all the customers come in.
Are the doors locked? Yeah, are the doors locked? So the gate to the front and these various pens, are they locked during the night or they're not being shown?
The opening gate is not locked, and the supply shed is normally not locked either.
So someone freely could have come in here pretty much any time.
Yeah.
To put a poison in. Okay?
Yeah.
That does not narrow it down.
She
It
says
could have been anyone.
she says what the employees are like, why would they do this? Who would do this?
Not
And
sure yet.
the other employee says, well, there's those rumors going around of people who want this the Radiant Festival to not succeed. Possibly other city-states that want to make Absalom look bad. And you hear them muttering about that, but
Yeah, and they offer any more details if we are attentive and what kind of rumors?
well, it's what people talk about. There's all this rumor and gossip. You kind of don't know what to believe and what not to believe. About all the various nobles coming into town, and whether Edgewatch. There's been concern that the Edgewatch might that a lot rides on the Edgewatch to make sure everything is safe. This is like Absalom's big claim to fame. They call themselves the center of the world. Pretty much everybody who wants to compete with Absalom would want this to not would want there to be problems. Especially even better if it happens against foreign visitors.
I think we should check in to see if there's anything else that's happened tonight. Maybe this was a diversion.
Good point. We got to take Paizo's body back anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah. Okay. We have the samples.
No, we'll get Kazar's body and take it back with us.
I mean, I guess unless there's something to canvas or anything like any other places to search, but I think we searched everything, right?
I think
Maybe.
for the most part, I think so.
So unless somebody dropped a bloody glove somewhere or ichor something soaked glove somewhere.
I mean, you can do an overall search of the place. Overall, while that hour passed.
So as an out-of-character thing, there's the tendency to have random loot stuck in random corners of random places in pre-written adventures. Like the Strength of Thousands thing. It's like, if you check the laundry room, there's +1 hand wraps of Mighty Blows. And I'm like, why would you just...
Well, it was in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta wash your magic weapons.
The laundry room, which is identical to a second laundry room. So, characters go in there and the description is, oh, it's the same as the other room. And then they just ignore it. But if you looked real thoroughly... Anyway, point being, can we... Yeah, I think we should... It would behoove us to poke around in random corners. Who knows? This little weird...
Your characters would look in random corners because you are looking for more clues. But you are not finding +1 hand wrap of Mighty Blows, no.
Okay. Well, that's all I wanted, so.
All right.
Okay, +1 greatsword in the penguins.
Did we split up all the stuff from the party pool?
No, we did not.
We probably should deal with that, right? And then head back?
Parvis will apparently craft us all sorts of fancy stuff. Bill.
Sure, why don't you deal with that?
Yeah, we do not have any healing potions. There's 0. So
there's one in the list. Is that just...
No, it's a 0. It's a 0.
Yeah.
Morally, I feel like we don't necessarily have the, the right to take these random possessions.
Yeah, that's a fair point. We took these because we needed help, but is this something we have to return legally?
Well, nobody complained when they were sucking down healing potions.
But it was pure necessity. But the rest of these things, it just kind of seems like this gold is a necessity.
We're
immediate necessity.
Immediate necessity.
Well, this is our goal. This is not their goal. So.
I dropped it. I dropped these 55 gold pieces.
This gold is our gold.
Into this locked office.
Ronald.
What?
Nothing.
I think there's a fair question to ask here, which is is the adventure written such that we plunder everything, or is the adventure written such that we... Because I don't want to plunder everything. That feels icky, right?
It is written
doesn't seem lawful.
It is written that this is how the police get paid. But I'm not doing it that way. I'm gonna make sure.
I mean, that's true in real life too.
Well, we're not. This is a fantasy game.
We found 10 kilos of meth. So when I report 5 into the lot back at the precinct,
Fantasy
so
meth.
I'm making sure you are getting your allocation according to the core rulebook chart.
Okay.
So we are taking this stuff then. This is ours. The stuff that's in the party pool.
No, it'll be turned in.
Oh,
That's
no.
what
Or are we
happened.
turning it in? Because we just found it in the
Oh
manager's
wait, this
office.
is stuff you found in the vet's office. I see.
Yeah, or vet's office. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what? I already figured something out. So yeah. I'm gonna take this out. Because you're getting a big bonus.
Yeah,
Okay.
the point was it.
So we're just gonna get money.
Silly.
Yes.
I mean, it made sense to take the healing potions.
Yeah, I just
'cause they were
realized
immediate
now.
need.
I did my prep for this right after our last session, and I realized now I was not planning to let you guys, but it made sense for you guys to requisition the healing potions.
Right.
Okay. Back at the.
Hey, Ronald, as we take Kazar's body back to the precinct, there's still this matter of this pouch that I lifted that nobody knows about that I have.
We didn't roll on that we didn't notice that.
Yeah,
Did we?
I had a really high.
he did a stealth check.
Yeah, I did.
I don't
I
even
did a
remember
fever
this
check.
pouch and what was in it, and whether I already put it in the.
Well, I'm gonna take care of that for you right now. Okay.
He remembered.
I'm gonna take care of it for you. As we take Kazar's body back, I'm taking that pouch and I'm putting it in his pouch, and we're to ship his body back to his family.
Oh. All right.
That was an afterthought.
I didn't know that.
Actually, it wasn't, but
I didn't know
I figured
that-
he'd forgot about that pouch.
He
so-
wasn't dead last time, though.
Yes, he
When you
was.
took the pouch. He wasn't dead when you took the pouch.
That's true.
That was
He's
before.
dead
That
now,
was before the Onkeg battle.
but he's dead now. So
So you're
All
basically
part of the plan.
instead of.
you don't have to tell me what's in it. I'm just gonna stick it in this pouch, and
Oh, I didn't know Jenko had layers.
you should need to read my background.
He's like an ogre.
I am an onion. I'm like an
An
onion ogre.
Okay. Well, in the front office of the Edgewatch headquarters, Amelia gasps and says, "That's Skinny. She's the best detective in the precinct." And she looks at you and sees, the stains on your clothes and says, "Ah, you got some action, I see."
It's not what I call action, but whatever.
An Angvar nearly bit me in half.
An Ankrov? Oh, she
That's
says.
what I meant to say.
She immediately looks less interested when you say Ankrov. She says, well, and then she sees the dead agent and she says, "Ah, pity," she says. "Sorry for, looks like we, what," she asks for a report.
Milos says that the foreign agents poisoned all the beautiful animals.
"Foreign agents," she says. "You believe those rumors?"
we do not know about foreign agents, but we do know that the creatures were all the creatures at the menagerie were afflicted by some kind of poison administered to them, driving them into a berserk frenzy.
It's true.
Ah, all right. She says, "Did you gather some evidence?"
Baku?
We have a couple vials of the material.
Okay.
And if we need more, there's a barrel back at the
And
menagerie.
And how long ago did the did the animals go wild?
Been a couple hours now, right?
She says, "Okay, good to know." She says that the Graveraker, the massive excavation machine, disappeared this morning.
How does a massive machine just disappear?
That's why I'm on the case, she says. One of the
You're
strangest.
the best detective we have, right?
When did it disappear?
Well, before dawn, she kind of like, she says that the Edgewatch patrol that was supposed to be there, do the rounds, well, she says they did the rounds, but when they came back around, it was just gone. They noticed it. And also the employees were all, who managed that part of the fair were also not there. And she says, this might be my greatest case yet, she says.
So this was before our adventures at the menagerie.
Yes, you guys had reported. You were the last squad to report in, and yes, this. She says that she's been on it since 7 in the morning. And
Stolen by the gods.
yeah,
Like a
Our
twig
thinking
floating
is-
down a river.
Our thinking is that potentially that this poisoning was an intentional diversion for some other act. And we're kind of curious whether there's been anything else reported, at least recently, that we're not sure what happened.
Sergeant Allo overheard that, and he says, "Well, that's a good theory." And he kind of and he says, "We can't dismiss also rumors about other nations or organizations meddling with the fair. We should be, we are vigilant for all possibilities." So he is going to note it down, and he's going to have these vials examined. And in the meantime, though, he thinks that with Detective Bolera, that's the other name for Skinny, focused on the Graveraker, he thinks that it might make sense to, after your patrols today, he thinks he's going to recommend to the lieutenant that you get on the case of the missing people.
Okay. Yeah.
In the meantime,
Which
Missing people.
which is something we forgot to mention here is that also the veterinarian and the manager are gone. So I guess that's it.
His eyebrows rise up, and he says, "Yet more missing people. I've been collecting a file of them, actually. I'll have a report for you in the morning."
Yeah, but these two missing people were having an affair too.
Oh,
Plucked away by the gods, like leaves in a stream.
interesting, he says. Well, have you talked to... so, have you ruled out them just running off?
We have not.
Well, I mean, most of their stuff was left behind. So
Yes. Though it does not appear, these trysts were well known by the other employees, and they were usually fairly quick, or at least a day. And it appears that they've been missing for at least a week.
A week.
So it is uncharacteristic.
All right. He immediately
but he
starts
can't
taking
rule it out.
notes. All right, he says. Well, you deserve. You should take the day off since you've lost somebody. And he's going to make arrangements for Khazar. And he apologizes for not having the chance of making a formal introduction. He wants to make sure that you're all right with Milos being assigned to your squad. Things are going fine.
Do we have a choice?
I would imagine.
Side?
He says, no, you don't have a choice. Lieutenant tells me I should be more, I should get used to having authority. Yes, you are correct. I thought Milos had the... I got the highest recommendation for Milos.
Milos is staring at the clouds.
So, you are relieved, and he. I don't know if you want to do anything immediately or just go straight to what your payout's going to be.
I'm not planning on doing anything.
Yeah, I don't think there's much else to. Yeah.
All right. 105 gold.
Wow.
All right. So I'm going to distribute it, including among the new party member, with the new party members. Oh, this is going to be divided by 5.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. And you also have the blacksmith's generosity that you can also partake in. But
Is that just like crafting sort of compensation? Like if we want him to make a particular thing, we can ask for it?
yes, including the price of a rune. Yes.
Okay.
So, basically, we have a little downtime before tomorrow morning.
Does seem like getting one of those +1 weapons is a good choice.
Do we have enough money?
It would be about 35 gold. If you want to transfer a rune, it's 10% of the cost of the rune. It looks like you guys, when you're looking at your money, your current money, it looks like it converted some of your money to platinum.
I was wondering about that.
Okay.
Nice of it. Okay. Yeah. I don't see any reason not to buy a rune and stick it on this weapon here. Right? I mean, anyone else have any ideas about why that would be a terrible plan? Seems like +1.
Having to buy anything else in the future, because I've got 35 gold pieces exactly. Well, I've also got 76.
Yeah, I only have roughly 28, 31, and some change. That's not counting part his generosity.
Yeah, I've got about 33.
And I guess there's only 4 of us. I have a bunch of money. I mean, like a bunch of like 45. It's not like a ton.
It's money bags.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, that means theoretically,
so,
like, we could afford 35 gold per person pretty easily. If that's something we want to invest in. Although I think for Jenko, like, a +1 dagger, if you're throwing it, is not going to be particularly useful.
nope. Well, I got throwing knives to throw and a dagger to use as the weapon, but I've been using my magic more than anything.
I think another important piece of business is leveling up.
Yeah, that's going to determine some things.
So, does it make sense to have you guys work on that and then we resume in 15 minutes? And also, this is a time to also work out what you want to do with that money.
Yeah, okay, let's do
That's
that.
fine. We can do it.
That's fair.
So we got how much XP did we get?
Enough.
Okay, because we'll have to spend that right when we get there. Okay, so we'll have 12 left over.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Oh, I don't
let me
want
go
a
ahead.
rune of striking. I want the rune of other thing.
Okay.
What's the other one called?
All right.
Weapon
I'm going to do
boots.
some reading ahead, and I will also make breakfast. So I'll be back.
Okay, so I already had. What did I have in my? All right.
Yeah, so weapon potency is +1. +1 is 35 gold. So we can put that on our things. How do we level in this video game? Oh, okay. Worked out.
Just make it 2, I guess. I can
Yeah, and then we gotta add our feats.
Yeah, I gotta check something because I get a skill increase in
Same here.
rogue feat, skill feat.
Hey, I'll have assurance now for medicine, so that'll be helpful.
Yeah, I'll have. What was I taking? Oh,
I'm gonna take dubious knowledge.
I forgot what I was taking. We talked about this, and I forgot what it was. Where is that?
Does anyone remember the shortcut to open up the compendium?
Control space.
Do the control space. Control space.
Right, thank
that will
you.
Work. Yeah, that does actually work. Yeah, so that's it. Just the 2 feats, and then all the other stuff is automatically calculated. That was easy. Ron, we're done.
I'm not, because I forgot.
Yeah, I've got a little bit more.
I'm just messing with you guys. Why do I have a empty slot for an archetype feat? That doesn't make sense. Oh, free archetype variants.
Yeah.
But we're not playing with
Okay.
that.
Yeah, he must have that turned on.
But it's showing archetype feat for me too, and we're not playing with
Yeah.
it
Okay.
because I was confused by that. Also,
Yeah. I don't know how to turn that off. But that's okay.
Sure.
I will have continual recovery for medicine.
What does that do?
I can use this bad boy every 10 minutes. So
That's pretty practical.
We're getting 2 new people, right? Is that right? Well, not 2 new people. But 1 replacement for Carrick, and then somebody else. Is that right?
we are getting a replacement. Oh yeah, you're right. That works out. Yeah, I forgot Carrick was leaving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we know anything about their characters?
No, they haven't made a
Okay.
decision. I don't think.
Eric is getting too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Actually, since I'm leaving anyway, I might as well go all out and get the rune spend all my money to get the rune, since I'm not going to be here for very long.
True. His Dark Angel says class shortlist is Alchemist or Witch.
Okay. So we got a spell user, another one, right? Well, a more cult one probably, right? I guess they can be. What's that?
I think they can be kind of anything because you can choose a
That's
different
right.
patron, right?
That's right.
But I was going to ask if you wanted to hear a terrible joke. All right, a guy goes to the doctor and he says, I've got an appointment at 1:30, and the receptionist says, which doctor? And he says, no, just the regular doctor.
That's funny.
Isn't it though?
No, it was funny.
Yeah, I think it's cute. So the other option is like runes of armor.
Okay.
Those are more expensive, right?
Say it again.
The armor potency runes are more expensive. They're like
Yeah,
level
I think so.
5 or something. Yeah. So do we have to pay for the runestone and then the rune itself? Is that how that works?
The runestone the rune already has the runestone on it. is already on a runestone. I think is how it works. A runestone is just something you can.
But
put.
you're gonna have to pay
Yeah.
to transfer it.
Right. So it's the transfer that's the extra cost.
Yeah. Super simple stuff. I wonder if getting doubling rings.
Well, it actually solves the problem though, right? That you had in old D&D and you kind of have in the current. If you find a +1 sword and another +1 sword, they're useless.
Yeah, you were.
But they're not useless here, right? Because we could transfer those runes. I'm assuming, or use them. I think we could use them to pay the difference for increasing it too, right? For the materials, I believe you can.
Yeah.
Which is kind of neat.
I mean, I'd love to get one, but if it's 35, I'm a couple gold short. So
I can give you money.
you can just give me money. Sergeant's very kind.
Well, I mean, so I started with level 2. Oh, that's probably why this didn't work, because I started with level 2 wealth.
Oh, really?
Quick, let's not tell Ross.
Oh, jeez.
He's not recording right now, is he?
He's like, well, I'm assuming he's got it on pause or whatever he can do.
I don't know. It's a little bit weird because like whatever money Kazar had for the last like 3 sessions, right, is either lost or I'm coming in with level 2 wealth. I think this makes more sense even if it ends up with like 5 gold more. But I really have very inexpensive equipment. Like my total equipment costs are only 6 gold, so
Okay.
I even bought caltrops.
No, that's funny. All right, I'm leveled up, so yes, I got continual recovery, which gives me the ability to treat wounds every 10 minutes.
Okay. Does anyone know what those doubling rings are for gunslingers?
Doubling rings isn't that the thing where you have 2 weapons and it has something to do with the damage or the attack roll from two separate weapons or something?
Yeah, so it takes the I'm the party pool apparently, and that's what I just said. It takes the fundamental runes from one melee weapon in one hand, and applies it also to the melee weapon in the other hand. But I wanted to throw bolas at people, so I need to have blazons of shared power, not doubling rings. Because doubling rings are only melee weapons, whereas blazons of shared power, which cost 2 gold more, do the same thing, but can apply to a ranged weapon. That's also a little bit silly. Because I'd have to get, like... I guess I could just hurl the bolas and go pick them up later. Oh, but if it's thrown, then it only applies once. Okay, how many bolas am I going to throw, like, per battle, though, really? So how do I get a +1 weapon? How does that work? What do we do?
That's a weapon potency room.
Yeah, so do I...
Well, I mean, what's that thing called? A weapon
you apply it?
Yeah, weapon potency rune is what we're talking about. I assume that was who you're talking about. That just gives you +1 to hit, right? That's all it does.
Are you talking about in Foundry? How to put it on an in Foundry?
No, just in general. I think. Oh, you're talking about
no. So in the edit field under the details, there's a deal where you can add the potency room to it. And, so when you edit the item.
Yes. I see. Potency rune. Aha, +1. Oh, it's a level 2 item. Very fancy. Price 35 gold. Okay, close. And then I guess
but you got to pay the
it.
transfer too for it.
Right. So 35 for the
rune itself.
For 35 for the rune itself, and then 3 for the transfer.
3.5 for the transfer.
3.5. 3,
Is
5
there-
remove
Are there any
points.
questions for me?
We're figuring out if we're screwing up this whole process, but no, I think we got it. So we purchased a rune of potency for 35 gold,
Uh-huh.
and then paid 3.5 gold to put it onto a weapon.
Okay.
Does that sound like a correct series of events?
Yes.
Good job, Ray.
Wait, or you
I
could have
don't
just
have any.
wait, you know what though?
What?
The way prices work is you could just pay 35 for a +1 version of your weapon.
Great. This wasn't my dad's
Oh,
board
that's
anyway,
kinda
so I'll take it.
Well, I'm not Mr. Moneybags because I tend to give away shit I steal. Apparently,
I have 10 gold lying around, so I can distribute that if you guys want to buy something.
and the rune seems cool, but I don't really use a.
Yeah, I could use it for my short bow.
Could
I
you-
need 2 gold. Well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just saying I need about 2 gold, well, 1.5 gold, and I can afford to do a +1 short bow.
A ring of discretion. Oh, that's kind of fancy. It hides all of your armor and weapons until you draw them and start fighting people. And it's uncommon.
Oh, wait a minute.
I had a question. Milos is an acrobat and she has a dress. What kind of dress?
It's a long gossamer-y dress.
Mhm.
We tried to find some good pictures of it, and I think we got pretty close. I'll
It's
see if I
designed
can
to look
mark-
elegant as you do cartwheels and stuff, like the flow.
It's not like an outfit for being an acrobat. It just happens to be like the dress that she's wearing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she's got this. I posted a picture right above the face icon token, whatever picture,
Okay.
of some woman in a sunlit field, and that's kind of like maybe with less ruffles, what I had in mind, but white. And she's got a leather halberd on her chest, so she's not unarmored. She's because she's not an insane person.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she is, but she's not insane in that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got All right. Just wanted to.
So it's
No.
broad, like
So
it's
the-
got room to move.
So did Konku get a rune or not?
I haven't bought anything. No, I haven't bought anything because right now I don't have enough money.
How many money do you need, Kanku?
Gold and a half.
I will give you a gold and a half. Taking it away right now. Can't stop me. Done. I removed it.
Huh. Is there an easy way to transfer gold between characters? How did you do that?
I just removed it from my inventory, but I wonder if you
Yeah,
could,
and I was just gonna subtract mine off.
Okay.
if you could put it in the party pool or something.
All right. Just talk through it. Sounds like he's just gonna spend his money to get what he was gonna get.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
We were talking about, so I have like a thrown weapon that I potentially want to use occasionally, but without getting some sort of elaborate rings of doubling or blazons of shared power, whatever. You can't like actually use a ranged and a melee weapon, like a thrown. Like I've got bolas and darts to throw. Yeah.
So feel free to narrate any in any way how your experiences are causing you to learn new things, or that you are
Well,
learning new
I-
things.
having failed
Let's
so many
assume our audience does not know how you leveled up.
having failed so many treat wounds and battle medicines, I've started to learn what I've been doing wrong. And with that, I've actually gained gotten a lot better at understanding medicine, and also just ensuring I'm doing the right thing when I am trying to treat wounds. So that's kind of what I've done. Also, I have been starting to think about how when I'm devising my stratagems, I'm starting to think about how I can use that information to help my team. So the goal there is next time I come up with strategy, maybe I should share my ideas with the team, and maybe that'll help them.
All right, everyone's free to look at the stat blocks to know what he's talking about. Very good. Anyone else?
Milos has just had her first near-death experience, and she's come back from it with a renewed sort of dedication to pursuing her own little quest. Like, she's not ready to die yet. She's got stuff to do, so she's not so much that she's learning new things or becoming a better person or whatever. It's just that she's now more motivated. She's going to try harder. That touch of nearly dying, definitely sparked a little bit something in her. She seems livelier. Her handshake seems firmer.
And she's also thinking that all of the random bits of information she's gotten from her education are
all definitely true.
Yes.
Yeah, so for my skill feat for level 2, I picked up dubious knowledge. So I'm imagining her as being decently educated, but not really. She just doesn't pay attention. So she binds. She makes connections between things she's heard or seen or read or whatever that are very, of dubious quality. And so she says things like, oh, the gods stole the thing. And no one ever knows if she's right or wrong. They're definitely not her.
Okay.
So we'll see. It'll be great. But roll so many knowledge checks to tell you guys all sorts of nonsense.
All right. Well, Jinko has learned that he's been relying on the frequent use of first aid in the last couple of days. So therefore, he's used that knowledge to improve his medicine skill and to be able to use his treat wounds more often.
Okay,
more
great.
frequently. But he's also decided to improve his magical abilities. So now I basically can get my sneak attack with magic spells, certain magic spells. So
okay,
very cool.
If it attacks their AC, right?
It's spell attack rolls, basically. Yep.
Okay.
So, yeah, but they also have to be flat. I mean, it's the same restrictions that having my rapier or dagger or whatever, or thrown weapon. It's the same restrictions, but I can get it with spell attacks. So.
Great. Okay, Karak.
For my fighter feat, I took a reactive shield, so that way I'd be able to just raise my shield as a reaction instead of spending one of my actions to do it. And for my skill feat, just to give myself more options if we ever have to fight giant monsters again, I took Titan Wrestler so that hopefully I could knock down any large-sized creatures, so that give us some advantage, so that even when we all roll below 10, we can get some positives and actually hit the thing.
Did everyone choose an archetype feat?
No.
We
weren't doing that.
I thought we weren't doing that.
Yeah, I'm reminding myself that we're not doing that. So, Jenko, I was thrown off by the fact that Jenko chose, or somebody chose a dedication.
That's me.
Yeah. Milos is voluntarily eschewing, foregoing a class feat. Okay, very good. All right. Any more updating on your characters, like the equipment, anything?
No, I really, but I'm gonna hold off on the rune right now. So I really don't want it on a rapier, and I don't really want to put it on a thrown weapon right now.
And I'm
Yeah, I mean, you could throw it onto your dagger and then, transfer it later for a relatively minimal fee, theoretically. But if you're gonna be magicking it up, then
well, I mean, oh shit, that was the wrong weapon. So how much is it to do an existing weapon? 30
38 and a half.
on it. Oh, on
or
an existing
35
weapon.
if you don't want to enchant your grandfather's greatsword, but instead just want.
I got
Yeah.
5 daggers. So, oh, I see. Well, in order to do that, in order to just get a dagger, plus 1 dagger, I would need 5 gold pieces.
5 gold pieces.
Yeah. I
So they give you-
literally have 30 gold pieces, 2 and 3 silver pieces, pretty much. That's all I got.
Is it worth it for you?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm holding
Okay.
off. I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
So
Is anyone using Parvis's generosity?
I thought about that one too, but I don't know how that would that work the same way, I guess.
Well, yeah. So in buying like a short, well, he doesn't make short bows, does he?
No. But he's able
Okay.
to transfer runes or apply runes. He has runes. He has +1 runes.
Oh, okay. So we could
Oh, I-
buy a +1 rune from him instead of spending our own money.
Yeah.
Or can
Like-
we buy a magical eye weapon from him? Like instead of spending the 35, can we just buy one from him?
Yeah.
Well, it wouldn't be my weapon, so it'd have to be someone else's.
Why can't it be your weapon?
Because I've got a bow. He doesn't make
Oh.
bows.
Okay, well I can do the old switchy whoopie doopie doo, the old switcheroo, and move our money from Parvis to back to me, and have purchased a +1 kukri from him instead, if that's okay.
Well, I don't care.
Are
I'm
people
a-
okay with that? The alternative solution is to just have everybody kind of effectively gain 7 gold each.
Yeah, maybe we should do that.
You can do that way.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll
That-
apply
is that
that,
divided
to,
by
to the
5?
Oracle.
Okay.
Everyone
So
else
7
apply it to
gold. Everybody gets
themselves.
7 gold.
Yeah, and then I'll subtract it from Parvis.
Okay.
Okay. Fantabulous.
Yeah, I think I'll hold off on that for now.
Yeah, you can also pick up like boots of bounding and stuff. There's all sorts of weird little items.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what we have. So, what are those uncommon or common items?
Oh, boots of binding are very expensive. My bad.
Yeah, I'm just. I have no. I mean, I have some idea of what some of them are, but not.
Okay, are you done shopping?
Yes, so I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Amelia wanted to have a drink at the tavern, by the way, this evening. She seems to like doing that.
Seems
will,
to be a
uh,
lush.
She's a social person. And the next morning, Sergeant Alo says, yes, let's now meet with Lieutenant Lavarsis.
Lieutenant Lavarsis. Oh, the boss man.
Yes. All right. He leans against his desk, and he actually standing, kind of bending over towards you guys, looking over you guys with his arms crossed. Well, Allah's report says you didn't screw up the menagerie too badly. But don't let it go to your heads. You got bigger problems than a couple of escaped pets. While you were busy playing Catch the Cockatrice, somebody stole one of the exhibits, some device called the Grave Raker. Broad daylight, thousands of pounds of magical excavator, and just gone, right under our noses. I've got my best people, not you, pulling double shifts until we figure out who it took, and how in the hells they pulled it off. But until then, someone else is going to have to shovel all of this, and he gives you a big fat file. Says here, you reported some missing persons, a wandering wizard, some randy zookeepers. Well, half the reports in my desk are about the same thing. Now I can't have my top detectives chasing down everyone who didn't hold mommy's hand at the fair, so instead I'm putting you on it. Track down these strays and see if there's more here than just a bunch of drunks and runaways. And for Abadar's sake, don't mess it up. Or I'll have you investigating the latrines and the holding cells, you hear?
Yes, sir.
I take
Yes,
the
sir.
files and clutch them to my chest.
All right. So, don't mess this up, he says. Dismissed.
I try to salute while I'm holding the files. It doesn't work.
Yeah, Sergeant Alo's like leading you out and trying to help you carry them.
I'll roll my eyes and just continue on, follow him out the door.
Yeah.
Janko, I got you these papers.
The lieutenant
Thanks.
wasn't noticing your expression. He had already started ignoring you. And Sergeant Alo,
It's mutual.
yeah, he says, Sergeant Alo tells you that there does not seem to be a link between the 20 missing people, other than the fact that all of them went missing in the last month, and all of them were visitors to the city and not residents. And he says that there are five people missing who are working for the Dragonfly Pagoda, which is a display from the nation of Minkai. They went missing about 2 nights ago, and so you might be able to get a fresh lead from there. And also, it's the biggest single grouping, so he suggests you go there. Let me see if there's some other info GM is saying.
So
Might be
what was
some
the
other
what was the
leads.
name of the people, the culture, the island, or the nation?
Minkai. Minkai.
We had it close.
Let me see. Yeah, there's something I'll show you. So I'm going to share a note with you guys. I'm not sure exactly, though, how much of this is new. Hold on.
Sergeant Alo. We should see if any of the missing people, like, if there are any major nations from which no persons are missing.
Okay.
Apparently, nobody from Absalom is missing.
Aha! It's self-sabotage.
Anastasia Corvus, Archibald Knight, and Minera Frum, the ones from the Menagerie. Kemenellis is in this list also. And yeah, he suggests you check out the Dragonfly Masons first, while the lead is because they went missing most recently, and there's 5 of them.
Fair enough.
All right, does that mean the group's gonna head over there now?
Yeah, I don't know enough about all the different geopolitical setups here, but is there something that seems obvious from this list of, like, these are all adjacent countries or whatever. Are
Well-
all major power players
Yeah.
except.
These are from all over the world.
Yeah.
Okay.
People can
Yeah.
tell me their society bonuses. I can let you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mine is a 8 plus 8.
I got a 4.
Mine's a plus.
Lots of wars.
Okay.
There's-
Well, Konku notes that there is no pattern in the nations, and only Minkai. Well, half of the nations here have big displays at the fair. The other half do not. And you also know that it wasn't that they were rejected. It was because they just didn't mount the resources. Like Irison, they're not a rich country, and they don't have much. I believe that's a nation that has Baba Yaga.
Yeah, it is.
And then
That's where my family's from.
Taldor has a exhibition. So does Minkai, and Minkai is not a nation; it's a whole continent. So yeah, there's no patterns here that you're seeing, and yes.
Okay. These are all, well, I guess. Okay. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I blame Cheliax.
Blame what?
Cheliax,
Oh,
if that's what it's called. Yeah, that's a country, right?
Yep.
They're bad people.
yes. I was trying to think of a dubious knowledge result for you, but yes.
You know nothing.
Yeah. Those of you who succeed on your checks concluded. That's what you collectively concluded.
Okay. So no connection here. I think it is probably best to follow where most of the people have disappeared from. The pagoda thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a group of five
Yeah,
people
sorry,
should be
agree. Yeah.
easy to find, right?
Yeah. And, this is an even more crowded day, and the weather's particularly hot on this day. And as you are arriving at the pagoda, you... You see a scene. There's a set of people gathered outside, and some kobolds are at the front entrance to the pagoda, who seem to be hiding behind cover, looking towards the people outside. And a woman runs up to you, says, "Edgewatch!" She introduces herself as Amma Uwomi. She says she's the architect and the head of construction. You see that the building is partial. It's about 75% complete, and it's made to resemble a giant dragonfly. And it's not made of what you would consider normal construction materials. There's a lot of use of glass and paper, giving it a
A luminescent and ethereal feel.
That would be right, she says. She notes you gazing at the architecture, and she says, "It's quite nice, isn't it?"
It is.
She says,
Like it's about to take flight.
"Well, we have an issue here." She says that they've been late in meeting their deadlines, and so she recently hired some kobolds to work the night shift. And just last night, she was having problems getting the kobolds to work more quickly, she says. And she says one of them, a kobold named Rekarek, was rallying them up, she says. And can you believe it? Is now taking some of the employees hostage. And they're demanding that I turn over the pagoda to them.
That sounds well beyond a normal work contract.
Absolutely, she says. I was actually talking to one of them about either raising their wages or lowering their hours, and this Rekarek riles them all up, the kobolds at least. She says, I probably should have given them a raise, but we now have this situation, and I can't even walk onto the scene without Rikarek's kobolds screaming threats at me.
What exactly is this Rekarek saying to rile them up?
Oh, they talk in kobold? I don't know. That's one of the...
What do
probably
they-
should have hired humans, she says with some disgust.
That's not a language, but okay.
What do they want right now?
Oh, by the way, if she has humans who work for her and also kobolds. But the kobolds took some of the humans hostage. And what do they want from her?
Yes. What do they want?
The ones who are
what's
screaming
the end
threats are
goal here?
saying, just demanding that I give in and let them have the pagoda.
That
So,
doesn't seem like a
that's-
long-term solution.
That's a strange demand.
It is.
Yes. Can you believe it? And all of the money that would make, they want all of it. I think there's something not quite right with that kobold. But kobolds are very impressionable too. So if I can get if Rekarek can be dealt with, maybe we can solve the problem, she says.
So, what do
let's
we
go-
see? Yeah, go. Sorry, Kurt.
Oh, I have not activated the map yet. So she offers, let me see what you can see. Oh, you hardly see anything.
Yeah.
Let me change that.
Nice. We're only supposed to have 4.
Yeah.
We don't see any kobolds exposed.
No, not from here. There's just some stairs leading up to the front entrance, and she says that the back entrance was destroyed. And let me tell you what this whole place looks like. It's a chaotic maze of lumber and oh no, sorry. Around the bottom floor of the temple, this is supposed to be a temple, there's a chaotic maze of lumber and tools. The first floor is elevated about 10 feet above the earth via a grid of wooden support beams and thick pillars that give the impression that this is a dragonfly hovering above the ground. And to the left is the tail of the dragonfly, where it's still possible to enter. The dragonfly wings are massive and colorful, and those are made out of glass and paper. But basically, this whole construction is mostly made out of wood, and there's wooden lattices that form the walls.
So, shall we begin negotiations?
Yeah. I think that's what we should do, Garrett.
Agree.
She says, good luck. She says she's not sure. Ricarix has been wanting to really negotiate reasonably.
Well, not with you, because you seem to be treating him as an inferior. So if we treat him as equals, he might be all right.
All right.
What does Ricarix look like, by the way? Is he distinguishable?
He wears this vest. It looks like it's a well-fitting vest. He looks stronger than the others. A vest that has some teeth hanging from it. And Scarix is the kobold that she had been talking to, who seemed much more reasonable.
And what did Scarix look like?
Scarix had some piercings in his ears and just wore a simple dark blue robe.
Okay.
Do you know what room the hostages are in?
Purple robe. No. They've just been yelling at us that they have them hostage, but this is partially constructed. She's guessing that the safest, most secure room is going to be on the second floor. You see that there is... What do you see here?
And these are stairs, right?
I'll let you... I'll move your tokens here so that you can see a little more of the perimeter. That there's an open air walkway. And... Do you see everything a lot more now?
We do see a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. There's an open air walkway around I'm a little unclear myself on an open air walkway around the first floor on the eastern side, but the ladders that led up to it and stairs have been destroyed.
And that's on this one?
On the right, far right.
Oh, far right. Okay,
Yep.
that's what I thought.
Oh, that's probably these broken thingies here then on the ground.
Most likely.
Okay.
Over here. All right.
And there are windows on the first and the second floor?
Heavy, thick wooden lattices. So not real... It's airy. It's open to the air, but you can't really see well inside.
Okay, not like something we can climb up and crawl through.
You could
Very
climb
effective.
up. Try to find another way in. Let me see.
I have a grappling hook.
Yeah, it's about
So-
DC 10 to climb. You can climb the exterior walls.
About.
The architect tells you that she entreats you to be careful to not use fire inside the place.
Fair enough.
I think we can manage that.
So many termites would be okay, right?
Those would take a while to work.
Well, onkegs are giant termites. What if we summoned a bunch of onkegs?
Or some sort of like rust monster like thing, but that eats glass instead.
Yeah, you
Well,
would
who's
think,
climbing?
Or a bat chicken. Bat chicken would be nice.
Grease slime.
yeah, have the
Who's
bat chicken turn
throwing
things to
all these
stone.
All right, let's vote. Who wants to climb up this lattice and try to
I
commit?
thought about that, but I also think that one of us should at least go to the front door.
And that
Yeah,
can
we
go.
gotta-
Yeah.
Oh,
'cause if they
hold
find-
on.
yeah,
She
if
can
they
give you
find
a
us-
useful blueprint of the structure. She tells you she wouldn't be surprised if they set up some traps, though. But she's telling you that here, can you see my ping?
Yep.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
that is a fountain pavilion. It's a warm fountain area. Then the next room is a what? Shoot. There are windows that you can view into this area. It looks like there are large stone lanterns inside it that are like statues themselves. And so there's a path running between them. And then this area is was just supposed to be an open area, but the ground is partially constructed. And the administrative office is here. And upstairs is where was a museum, which is also she suspects either the office or the museum is where the hostages are being kept because she can't see them right now. I'm going to be right back.
I will also be right back.
Fantastic. So we're gonna climb up there and jump in through the top window through the skylight.
I still think one of us should at least try to get up to the front door and try to negotiate, try to talk to them.
Well, yeah, because if they catch us sneaking in, who knows what they're going to do.
But
right?
I mean, I can volunteer for that because I think I can maybe be careful with looking for traps and stuff along the way. You know, I can actually probably disable them if I see them. I mean, seeing them is going to be a little hard for me because my wisdom's not that great. But I do have one of the higher diplomacies in the party, most likely. So
who's got the highest perception, I guess, of us?
yeah, I do not. Most
Mine
likely.
+6.
Yeah, I got a plus.
7.
I got a +6 also.
So in terms of finding traps, it's probably going to be Milos or me, right?
Or me. I think Milos and I have the same one.
I've got a +7 as well.
Okay, you two are higher, but now move silently and try to find them and disable them. That's going to be, I mean...
That'll be you, yeah.
So...
To disable.
But I also have the highest... I think I have the highest diplomacy, too, so... I don't know that I should... I mean, even though I think it would be more fun to jump through the window and kill everybody, but...
Well, let's just see how our interaction goes with these guys. I mean, just what do they do?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I also don't... I agree. I mean, if you all want to all go to the door, that's cool. We can just be careful along the way and look for traps and stuff along the way. That might be the best. And then if it goes south, then we can figure it out.
I just don't understand. I just want to figure out but I do think talking to the kobolds is going to be a good first step. Just kicking the door down and swinging at them isn't going to be great.
I don't think she's a very good person to be talking to this kobold because she didn't actually respect them, and I have an issue with her doing that to these smaller people. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, because I seriously doubt that these kobolds just immediately resorted to hostage taking over a couple of pay disputes.
Unless little buddy
Agreed.
Karak, or I mean, that's not his name. What's his name? What's the
call.
kobold's name? What's the other kobold's name?
Rakarik, I think.
Rakarik. Unless Rakarik is working for somebody setting up distractions around here so they can do other stuff.
Might be another follow-on from the menagerie, just another distraction, or if following along with what other people have said about there's just somebody that wants the festival to fail.
I have a feeling a lot of this is nothing but distractions all centered around the same person, to be honest with you.
Could be.
It's Ron. Ron's the mastermind behind it. He's pulling all the strings. All right, so we're going to go on the front door, friendly like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, if you let me
didn't he say there were kobolds at the door that you could kind of see them at the front? Is that what he said?
We're not. I'm not sure. There might be some kobolds.
I thought he said something like that. Something about kobolds at the front or at the door or something like that. You could see them hiding behind cover. He said.
He let me have the wand. I could have just commanded him to surrender. So.
So cruel.
Sorry, hold on.
All right.
Oh
They're
my
hunting you
God,
down,
I'm
right?
being called again. Was called into an emergency meeting, and I said I'm going to attend an hour late. And then I have to cancel my RPG after. Hold on, sorry.
Sounds bad.
The meeting makes it sound like it's, work. Which I mean,
Yeah, or
we
could
get.
be, I'm assuming.
I'm sorry, folks. I am very sorry. Yeah, it was insisted, and I think it has to do with the trial. And what makes sense for me, I apologize for the rescheduling, is I am happy to finish the session next Saturday. Okay, sorry, people look
Steve,
glum.
what
Sorry.
about-
No worries, no worries.